So I have Paul Garcia, who runs Goldinfusion Smoothies, with me here today. Paul, how did the company start and what was your inspiration?
It started with just a fascination with the science of what you put in your body and how it makes you feel. I was a college wrestler and I wrestled, most of my life before that. And throughout high school, I just ate whatever I wanted. So when I went to college though, that started to catch up with me. My metabolism maybe started slowing down, started getting a little soft. And I was wrestling and I was sucking. There's plenty of times I threw up. So I'm like, okay, what can I eat to make me feel like a well-oiled machine? And you start eating leafy greens and salads and stuff like that. But then I just got fascinated with the concept of smoothies then, because all you're doing is you're taking really nutritious things, putting them in a blender, blending them up, and drinking it. And it actually tastes good. And I was like, this is kind of awesome. It was like an elixir. And then, I just started making those for myself. I saw changes. I felt good, and it tasted good. Then I started giving them to people, making smoothies for people. I became kind of known as a smoothie guy. And I was like, why don't I just make these and sell them out of my house? And so I did exactly that, totally unlegit. And then I decided to become an LLC and do it the legal way.
What effects do you ultimately want this company that you created to have on people?
The whole name of the game, what I'm trying to do in my life is just improve the lives of others in a spiritual sense, psychological sense, and a physical sense, but mostly the psychological and spiritual. And so I'm looking at my business model and I'm like, okay, I'm making smoothies. They help people physically, but what am I doing for them psychologically and spiritually? So I'm actually starting to go more towards a podcast. What better way to have a positive impact on the minds of others and their spirituality than speaking? I'm trying to get them to understand their infinite value, each and every single person. You can do that to an extent with smoothies, like, hey, you got to take care of your body. You have an obligation to do that. I think the podcast will do that better than the smoothies, but ultimately Goldinfusion as a whole from start to finish, yeah, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't think it could improve people's lives.
Thank you for sharing the story behind Goldinfusion Smoothies, or Goldinfusion in general.
Thank you for having me on.